श्री महागणपते नमः, श्री सरस्वती नमः, श्री पादवल्लभ नरसिंह सरस्वती, श्री गुरु दत्तात्रेयाय नमः। मारुति। जय वीर हनुमान की। अजं निर्विकल्पं निराकारमेकं निरानन्दमानन्दमद्वैतपूर्णं परं निर्गुणं निर्विशेषं निरीहं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम, परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम। निर्विकल्पं निराकारमेकं निरानन्दमानन्दमद्वैतपूर्णं परं निर्गुणं निर्विशेषं निरीहं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम। गुणातीतमाद्यं चिदानन्दरूपं चिदाभासकं सर्वगं ज्ञानगम्यं मुनिध्येयम् आकाशं परेशं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम, परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम। गुणातीतमाद्यं चिदानन्दरूपं चिदाभासकं सर्वगं ज्ञानगम्यं मुनिध्येयमाकाशरूपं गणेशं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम, परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम। प्रकाशस्वरूपं नभो वायुरूपं विकारादिहेतुं कालभूतं अनेकप्रियाने शक्तिस्वरूपं सदा सच्चिदानन्दरूपं भजेम, सदा सच्चिदानन्दरूपं भजेम। प्रकाशस्वरूपं नभो वायुरूपं विकारादिहेतुं कालरूपं अनेकप्रियानेकशक्तिस्वरूपं सदा सच्चिदानन्दरूपं भजेम, सदा सच्चिदानन्दरूपं भजेम। अजं निर्विकल्पं निराकारमेकं निरानन्दमानन्दमद्वैतपूर्णं परं निर्गुणं निर्विशेषं निरीहं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम। गुणातीतमाद्यं चिदानन्दरूपं चिदाभासकं सर्वगं मुनिध्येयमाकाशरूपं परेशं परब्रह्मरूपं गणेशं भजेम। प्रकाशस्वरूपं नभो वायुरूपं विकारादिहेतुं कलाकालरूपम् अनेकप्रियानेकशक्तिस्वरूपं सदा सच्चिदानन्दरूपं भजेम, सदा सच्चिदानन्दरूपं भजेम। हे हनुमान बहुबलवान भक्ति ज्ञान वैराग्य की कार। 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 संकट मोचन तू कहलाए, संकट मोचन तू कहलाए। राम बिना तुझे कुछ न भाए, राम बिना तुझे कुछ न भाए। तेरा द्वार जो भी खटकाए, तेरा द्वार जो भी खटकाए। बिन कुछ पाए घर नहीं जाए, बिन कुछ पाए घर नहीं जाए। बहुबलवान भक्ति ज्ञान वैराग्य का। हे हनुमान भगवान भक्ति ज्ञान वैराग्य की खान। दुर्बल को बलवान बनाए, दुर्बल को बलवान बनाए। जाए, हर संकट पल में टल जाए, हर संकट पल में टल जाए। तेरा गान करे जो कोई, तेरा गान करे जो कोई, उसे न कोई विपदा होई, उसे न कोई विपदा होई। हे हनुमान बलवान भक्ति ज्ञान वैराग्य विधान, हे हनुमान बलवान भक्ति ज्ञान वैराग्य विधान। हर मुश्किल आसान तू कर दे, हर मुश्किल आसान तू कर दे, भक्त जनों के दुख तू हर ले, भक्त जनों के दुख तू हर ले। मन के अंधियारों के मिटा के, मन के अंधियारों को मिटा के, भव सागर से पार करा दे, भव सागर से पार करा दे, भव सागर से पार करा दे, भव सागर से पार कराए। हे हनुमान बहु बलवान भक्ति ज्ञान वैराग्य की का, हे हनुमान बहु बलवान भक्ति ज्ञान वैराग्य की का। सच्चिदानंद हे प्रिय हनुमान, सच्चिदानंद हे प्रिय हनुमान, दूर करो मेरा अज्ञान, दूर करो मेरा अज्ञान। थका बहुत जीवन चक्कर से, थका बहुत जीवन चक्कर से, कृपा निधान दो निर्वाण, कृपा निधान दो निर्वाण, कृपा निधान दो निर्वाण, कृपा निधान दो निर्वाण। हे हनुमान बहु बलवान भक्ति ज्ञान वैराग्य की खान, हे हनुमान बहु बलवान भक्ति ज्ञान वैराग्य की खान, हे हनुमान बहु बलवान भक्ति ज्ञान वैराग्य की खान, भक्ति ज्ञान वैराग्य की खान, भक्ति ज्ञान वैराग्य की खान। जय बोलो वीर हनुमान की जय। Now, yesterday, the Veera Hanuman is jumped into Lanka, and also he took darshan Sita, and he introducing himself, and Sita happy to listen the news, the Rama, and she is very happy. And next Hanumanta, the story goes like that. Now what happened? That suddenly Ravana is entered, and also Hanumanta is get angry, and he destroyed, I think, Lanka, and thousands pillars, temple, this is a golden temple. So now what happened? That moment, there all the confusion, Sri Lanka. Ravana is afraid about Hanumanta. I think he sent his sons to fight Hanumanta, and he's thinking about Rama's Dutha. I think Rama is sending somebody, some monkey, this small monkey. Ravana has get upset. Now what happened? A moment.
Jai Guru Datta pranams at the sacred feet of Sadguru Sri Swamiji. Sri Swamiji is helping up to has to recapitulate the story, the episode that is connected with this segment, which was beautifully explained yesterday. After having crossed the ocean and after having the darshan of the emaciated, tired and lonely, but yet with a spiritual cadence, with a bright eye, in contemplation, he has the darshan of Sita Mata. Yesterday, Sri Swamiji said that after having the darshan, the confidence that has been induced into him and the circumstances under which Hanuman is drawn and the entry of Ravana into this presence where Sita is there, all these were beautifully narrated. Now, in the process of identification of Sita, it was explained yesterday that in spite of the loneliness, in spite of the circumstances where she is guarded, Hanuman has properly identified her as the sacred consort of Ram, and the ring was presented. Satisfied with his main job accomplished, I continue further with Sri Swamiji's permission. A thought came unto Hanuman, our favorite Hanuman. While continuing all these observations, investigations into the presence and the environment of Sri Lanka, it is better also to find out and assess the military might of Ravana, the potency, the scale of the army, and so on. How to begin this process? Is it just going into the armory or going into and to find out the ways and means? He resorted an unusual way. Hanuman resorts now to slowly destroy the beautiful Ashoka Vana. We are all very eager to know this, and repeatedly we want to know how this destruction takes place of Ashoka Vana. The destruction begins with taking over and uprooting all the trees, big ones, and a rampage that a real ape can cause. In this, when the rampage took place and the people and the guards were unable to contain Hanuman, the only way was to resort to some mightier leadership and tell him what is happening here around in Ashoka Vana. When learning this rampage that takes place, the destruction that is happening in Ashoka Vana, Ravana had to summon some Rakshasa demonic warriors to arrest this ape. Not knowing truly the strength of Hanuman, and produce him before the court, because he thought it was a crime to enter and trespass into the territory of this Ashoka Vana, and suitably it should be met with some kind of a penalty. However, when these warriors, the demonic warriors, came there, they misjudged the whole situation, and Hanuman was able to easily destroy them and sent an important message through these survivors. And here there is a shloka which Sri Swamiji renders now.
The Hanuman says, I am a Ramadhoota. I want to destroy this Lanka. I have a good energy to Lord Shiva. And he is very happy about this because he already is on Sita and he get a good energy. Dasoham Kosalendrasya Ramasya Krishta Karmanaga Hanuman Shatru Sainyanam Nihanta Marutatmajah Ardhayitva Purim Lanka Mabhivadhya Chamaithilim Samruddhartho Gamishyami Mishatam Sarvarakshasam Mishatam Sarva Rakshasam. The Hanumanta, he took oath. I must destroy this Lanka. I'm giving problem to Ravana. I am a Ramadasa.
Truly, the meaning of this famous shloka or hymn that Swamiji chanted goes as follows. It says, I am the servant of that great Lord Ram, and I have come with a decision to destroy this Lanka city and take this message, please. And in your presence, I am going to do this. After that, you know what I am going to do? I will prostrate to Sita Mata and I will go back. So it is a daring attempt by Hanuman. His daringness is showing in open way. He is saying, I have really come here to destroy you. Just that kind of a message really must have shattered the hearts of those demonic forces there. And I'm doing it in your presence. And I'm doing it, and later I'm going to prostrate to Sita Mata. And there Sri Swamiji has said,
The Valmiki Ramayana is a very important mantra. Aṃjanáṃ nandanaṃ víraṃ, aṃjanam nandanaṃ víraṃ, Janaki shokanāshanam, Janaki shokanāshanam, kapīshamakṣakantāram, vande Lanka bhayankaram, vande Lanka bhayankaram, aṃjanam nandanaṃ víraṃ, Janaki shokanāshanam, aṃjanam nandanaṃ víraṃ, Janaki shokanāshanam, kapīshamakṣakantāram, vande Lanka bhayankaram, aṃjanam nandanaṃ víraṃ, Janaki shokanāshanam,
nandanaṃ víraṃ, Janaki shokanāshanam, aṃjanāṃ víraṃ, Janaki shokanāshanam. Well, Ravana heard this message that was sent to him, and he had to prepare to send Jambumali, the son of Prahasta, his army chieftain. This army chieftain, Prahasta, when he arrived at the scene in this Ashoka Vana, he saw this great ape uprooting stones, pillars, and the local temple buildings, and not hesitating to thrash even Jambumali himself by throwing out a huge tree at him. Next, in this act, Hanuman annihilated 5 army generals and 7 sons of Ravana's ministers. Imagine the catastrophe that is taking place right now in Ashoka Vana, terrorizing the whole place, rampaging everything, and preparing for that which is going to come, the outcome of that which is happening. Now, tantalized by this whole scene, Ravana had to send his younger son, Aksha, who is too valorous, yet he is incomparable. For might of this Hanuman is too much for him. Aksha gets instantaneously killed by Hanuman. Now, by all these acts and repeated killings that occurred of the demonic forces, Hanuman's act sent a message to Ravana, whose morale started to decline. When the morale came down, his son, Indrajit, or Meghanath, the elder son of Ravana, who has miraculous powers equivalent to Ravana himself, comes to fight Hanuman. Indrajit used many weapons of unique powers to contain Hanuman, but in vain. Then he had resorted to the use of this greater weapon called Brahmastra, the most powerful, potent weapon in anyone's arsenal at the time. Our Hanuman is graced by the deities in his childhood, do you remember? By all those devatas we talked about. That no weapon, including Brahmastra, could harm him. But showing respect to Brahma, Hanuman's plans are so much deep that duly respecting the Brahmastra and Brahma, the presiding deity of the weapon, Hanuman had succumbed and feigned unconsciousness. When he feigned unconsciousness, another real intention of Hanuman was to warn Ravana directly. As Sri Swamiji explained yesterday, the 1,000-pillared, beautiful, grand, eclectical palace. Now he can have a vision of that place. He can see directly. He can see it with his own eyes and in his own court. So, seeing Hanuman fall down by the power of the Brahmastra of this Indrajit, all these demonic forces seized an opportunity and tied Hanuman with ropes. Maybe this whole act is pretentive. Under the illusion that Hanuman is really down, Indrajit cautioned, and the spell of Brahmastra will be negated if ordinary ropes tie this victim. And after Brahmastra is used, according to that rule, no other weapon can be used. If this Brahmastra spell is over, Hanuman might get up any moment. So thought Indrajit. Pondering over this situation, Indrajit brings Hanuman to Ravana's grand court, or this sabha. Now look at Hanuman was handcuffed, and still feigned helplessness. How intelligent he must be. He is scheming really something within. Seeing Ravana very angry and unquiet, Hanuman was very surprised about the change in the attire and the etiquette of Ravana. He had heard a lot about Ravana. He was a bit scared and confused. Who? Ravana was a bit scared and confused.
So, the Hanumanta has given first advice to Ravana. Valmiki Ramayana is the beginning, the advice. Vedanta advice is given. Oh Ravana, so, Paradharan Makaprajna, Paradharan Makaprajna, No Parogdum Tvamarha, Naki Dharma Viruddheshu, Bhavapageshu Karmasu, Mulaghatishu Sajjante, Buddhimanto Bhavadvidāh, Buddhimanto Bhavadvidāh.
Before going to the meaning of this sloka, Ravana starts this interrogation, intolerant of any situation that Hanuman wants to speak. Hanuman increases the size of his body and prolonged his tail. Then he spiraled his tail in the shape of a throne, a little higher than of Ravana, and ascended the tail throne, a very popular scene which you can imagine yourself. He created his own throne into the ignominy of all those ministers who are seated there, all those general citizens who are seated in the Mahasabha. Here is this great ape spiraling his own tail, preparing a long 100-mile tail and sitting on his own top and ruling over the Sabha. Can there be any other awkward and humiliating situation than this? Everybody got puzzled and distorted by this. And now, as he did that, later questioned by Ravana, Hanuman revealed his antecedents. Sri Swamiji explains it very well. He says, he describes greatly as he did before. He says, he talks about Rama's valor openly, and Lakshmana's gallantry, and the power and potence of Rama, and urges Ravana many times and appeals to him many times through his righteous advice, giving caution to him to release Sita Mata, and says, don't ever try to do and keep her in this imprisonment. Please don't do this again. This is a warning for you. So the meaning of Sri Swamiji's shloka just now goes as follows. O prudent Ravana, you know the intricacies of Dharma Shastra. We all know that you know that. It is a sin to be after somebody's wife, isn't it? Sensible you are. People like you should not indulge in such misdeeds like this. If targeted by a determined Rama, no one can protect him, including Brahma, Shiva and Indra. Ravana, you will not be protected even by Brahma, even by Shiva and even by Indra. By this, naturally, you can understand, dear friends, Ravana got infuriated and he was about to chatter something. Ordered his soldiers, kill this monkey. Kill him. Annihilate him, right him. This is utter humiliation, what is happening right before me. Then, in this scene, Vibhishana intervenes and advises that messengers should not be killed at any cost. See the ancient diplomacy of international law operating here. Since ancient times, diplomacy requires, and this foreign affairs rule says, don't kill this messenger of Ram. The diplomatic immunity was prevalent in all those times of Ramayana, including the Puranic ages, and they knew exactly how to deal with messengers. If deemed necessary, okay, according to those laws reigning at the time, maybe some kind of a small punishment like amputating a limb or doing something like that can be done. So, agreeing to this decision, Ravana directs his servants to set Hanuman's tail on fire. Hanuman's tail on fire. Fire it up. Now you come to the scene called Lanka Dahan, or burning. Let me narrate at this moment. The demons had draped Hanuman's tail with oil, soaked cloth, and lit it. As they want to do this, they must be trying to enjoy the whole situation. Then our Hanuman thought, even though I kill this arrogant Ravana, it would be apt that I allow my master Sri Rama to do that slaughter. Hanuman recalls the sight of the magnificent Sri Lanka when he came flying down there, when he was about to land in Sri Lanka. In the night,
yesterday I told Sri Lanka is not this Sri Lanka. This is a different Lanka. The Lanka is now no more. That our Ravana Lanka is now no more. This Sri Lanka is a different Lanka.
I'm sorry, I'm using the word Sri.
No, don't use Sri.
Swamiji, excuse me. Pardon me.
People is get
it's
confusion.
Only Lanka.
Only Lanka. Okay?
Thank you.
Oh.
So omitting Sri, I said just now say Lanka.
Lanka.
Now in this Lanka, when Ravana ordered his soldier to kill the monkey and destroy him, then at this moment, Vibhishana intervenes. Ravana's pietic, most noble, virtuous brother, Vibhishan, intervened and advised that messengers should not be killed. If deemed necessary, give a proper punishment. Agreeing to this decision of Vibhishana, Ravana directs his servant to set Hanuman's tail on fire. In the Lanka Dahan, the demons had draped Hanuman's tail with oil, soaked with it and lit it. Thus Hanuman thought, even though I can kill this arrogant Ravana, I can do it in a whiff. I don't mind doing it him. But let Rama do this job. Let him do that job. It is for my master to do this job. Hanuman recalls the sight of this magnificent Lanka in the night of grandeur and wishes to catch again that sight of the daylight. After that, he torches the city with his fire of the tail. After the Devatas were very pleased by the heroics of this Hanuman, who is doing a noble act for the sake of dharma, he started to praise him. How he praised? Let Swamiji say that.
At that moment, I think one moment, Hanumanta got a fire to tail. That's very problem. You understand? I will explain what it is. Now Sita got that news,
Then,
and she is praying to Lord Fire. So, Yadi mam vrutta sampannam satsamaagamalasa savijanati dharmatma Sito bhava Hanumate savijanati dharmatma Sito bhava Hanumate.
this noble yet virtuous and despondent Sita came to know about this encounter of Hanuman in the court of Ravana. As Sri Swamiji just now mentioned, Yadimam shloka, Sita prays to Lord Agni. She prays to fire god. She says, quote, if my character is perfect, and if my husband Rama reposes unflinched faith in me, please spare Hanuman from the brunt of your heat. Please spare Hanuman from the brunt of your heat. Hanuman was surprised that the fire on his tail is not burning and harming. After the act was complete, Hanuman went to the ocean nearby and dipped his tail and extinguished the fire. Apprehending the Sita's might also be in trouble from the fire. Apprehending that Sita Mata in the Ashoka Vana might have also been in the trouble, in the emergency of this fire, Hanuman visited Ashoka Vana again and made sure that Sita was unfazed. Taking leave from Sita, he flew back to the Indian shore. That means to that shore from where he started off of the ocean. And he is now giving the happy news, the great news to his troops of Vanaras, to his clan of Vanaras. Naturally, when upon the return of the Hanuman, all the Vanaras, monkeys, have departed to Kishkinda. En route to Kishkinda, they found Madhuvana, an orchard belonging to Sugriva. And totally joyous with this happy news, inebriated with this, they made merry in the orchard of the mangrove. Imagine when all the Vanaras getting to mangrove, into the mangrove grove. In this process, they had even driven away Dadimukha, a garden's guardian angel. Dadimukha had informed Sugriva that the Vanaras are destroying this orchard, which is there, it's natural to them. Sugriva had understood that Hanuman and the battalion have succeeded in their mission, and hence they are very, very merry and enjoying themselves. But he assuaged Dadimukha to send word to Angada to return immediately. All the Vanaras have reached Kishkinda very soon. Hanuman now tells Rama, I have seen Sita.
I have seen Sita. The Valmiki Ramayana, the beautiful occasion, and he is conveying his message to Rama. Drishta Sita Mama Mata, Drishta Sita Pariputa,
Drishta Sita Mama Mata, Drishta Sita Pariputa.
I have seen Mata, I have seen Mother Goddess. Drishta Sita Pariputa,
Drishta Sita Mama Mata,
कृपया राम प्रभो साधन वारिधिरुत्तीर्णो ननु तव कृपया राम प्रभो प्रकृतिस्तव किल परिदृष्टा दुष्टासुरबल हन्त्री सा प्रकृतिस्तव किल परिदृष्टा दुष्टासुरबल हन्त्री सा दुष्टा सीता मम माता दुष्टा सीता परिपूता दुष्टा सीता मम माता दुष्टा सीता परिपूता भवदन पाहि न्युति विमला भवसंतारण कृति निपुणा भवदन पाहि न्युति विमला भवसंतारण कृति निपुणा सान्त्वां त्वं स विदितौ मे सान्त्वां त्वं स विदितौ मे सच्चिदानन्द सारो सच्चिदानन्दामृत सारो दुष्टा सीता मम माता दुष्टा सीता परिपूता दुष्टा सीता मम माता दुष्टा सीता परिपूता. Hanumanta is very happy.
In this joy, the happy Hanuman, Ram Prabhu, my Lord, by your grace, I have crossed this mighty ocean. And I saw...
No, he given first word, I have saw Sita, that's all. Then he will explaining. I have seen Sita.
I have seen
Sita. I have seen, he says like that. Otherwise, I have seen Sita. So the first message this is given. Okay.
Hence, I have seen Sita.
Okay.
I have seen Sita. So, meaning of the Swamiji's bhajans, I saw her,
Drishta
the annihilator of the evil forces, Prabhu. She is always the eternal companion of you, pure and purest in her heart. She is the one who carries all our devotees across this ocean of samsara, of the worldly life. That Sita Mata, the few, none other than the essence of Sachchidananda Saga. I have seen her. I saw her. Imagine the joy with which and the gusto with which Hanuman is reporting to Ram. Rama was very impatient to wait to hear even a second word after Sita, naturally. Our aṃjanáṃ was wisely told that seen Sita, Hanuman presented this Sita's Chudamani, a jewel worn on one of the hairband by ladies in those ages, to Rama. Rama praised Hanuman in several ways and also pondered what could be the best way to reward Hanuman. And finally decided what could be the best way when two close mighty people meet each other. A big hug. And finally decided hug, alingana, is the best way to reward Hanuman in the most suitable occasion. At this moment, I can remind you, there are a lot of photos which you might have seen here in Trinidad, where you can see Hanuman and Rama hugging each other, haven't you? Yes, there are a lot of them. In the same way, this is the present scenario. Rama Alingana, or the hug, is one of the greatest moments.
What is you saying? In Trinidad, Rama is hugging. Trinidad photos hugging. Nice.
Hanuman hugs Rama.
Oh, good. I am a little bit confusion. Okay, continue, sir.
Okay.
Excuse me. Okay.
So in this is one of the greatest moments in Ramayana. All others others sent to search Sita came, of course, as it was explained yesterday, in various directions. Various contingents were sent away to investigate and find out. The search parties went in different directions: north, south, east, west, northeast, north, south, west, east, and so. And then they came with some futile news. So all their hopes were pinned on one mighty, mighty man, our Lord Veera Hanuman. Even before the search commenced, Rama gave his mudrika, you remember the finger ring, to be shown to Sita when found. So after the joyous news was relished and enjoyed, Rama again got into contemplation a little bit. And about the method now, the ways and the means to plan to cross this 100 yojana ocean to reach Lanka. With a large Vanara army, it was impracticable for Rama and Lakshmana to do the feat like Hanuman did. However, Hanuman had encouraged Rama that it is not impossible to cross the ocean, and instilled confidence by carrying Rama on his shoulders to the shore of the ocean. And Angada followed Hanuman, carrying Lakshmana. Sugriva had led his army to that point. Now we are talking about the crossing of the ocean. Now we come to a chapter called the surrender of Vibhishan. Vibhishana Sharanagati.
Sharanu Ninaya Rama Sharanarthi Nanaya Sharanu Ninaya Sharanarthi Nanaya Ninaya Rama Sharanarthi Nanaya Bhaktanu Nanaya Rama Vandyanu Ninaya Bhaktanu Nanaya Rama Vandyanu Ninaya Patitanu Nanaya Rama Paramanu Ninaya Patitanu Nanaya Rama Paramanu Ninaya Sharanu Ninaya Rama Sharanarthi Nanaya Sharanu Ninaya Rama Sharanarthi Nanaya Pujaka Nanaya Rama Pujanu Ninaya Pujaka Nanaya Rama Pujanu Ninaya Ajnani Nanaya Rama Jnani Ninaya Ajnani Nanaya Rama Jnani Ninaya Sharanu Ninaya Rama Sharanarthi Nanaya Rakshan Nanaya Rama Sthiranu Ninaya Ksharanu Nanaya Rama Sthiranu Ninaya Alpanu Nanaya Rama Ghananu Ninaya Alpanu Nanaya Rama Ghananu Ninaya Sharanu Ninaya Rama Sharanarthi Nanaya Santanu Nanaya Rama Ananta Ninaya Santanu Nanaya Rama Ananta Ninaya Asuranu Nanaya Rama Amaranu Ninaya Asuranu Nanaya Rama Amaranu Ninaya Chanchala Tattva Nanaya Nichala Tattva Ninaya Chanchala Tattva Nanaya Nichala Tattva Ninaya Vikaramayanu Nanaya Nirvikalpaṁ Ninaya Vikaramayanu Nanaya Nirvikalpaṁ Ninaya Sharanu Nanaya Rama Sharanarthi Nanaya Sharanu Ninaya Rama Sharanarthi Nanaya Ram 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 Hare Ram
In this fashion, with great devotion, Vibhishana is praising Lord Ram. This Vibhishana, who is frustrated by the misdeeds of Ravan, by his arrogant nature, basically, and by his ineptitude and his frailty towards Sita Mata. His younger brother Vibhishana sought now a total refuge in Lord Ram. No one in Rama's side had agreed to grant asylum to Vibhishana except Lord Hanuman. It's only in Ramayana, except by the approval of Lord Hanuman, by his proper timely suggestion, that asylum is given to Vibhishana. However, Rama had granted here Vibhishana's wish because Vibhishana was a bhakta, he is a pious person, and he knew that the future of Vibhishana was known to Lord Ram. Later Rama had requested this Samudra, or the ocean god, the god of ocean.
The great Sharanagata Vaibhavan, the book called Sharanagata Vaibhavan. Self-surrender. What is the self-surrender? What is the devotion? How to approach devotion? How to worship to God? The book says, the Sharanagata Vaibhavam means Vibhishana Sharanagata. This is Ramayana, and the different version of Ramayana, Sharanagata Ramayana, and also Paduka Ramayana, also different. Mahabharata is found Padukas, Rama Padukas. The Paduka Pattabhishekam is different. The Paduka Pattabhishekam is completely adhyatmic, the spiritual things, yoga things. Like that. The Sharanagata Vaibhavam, also the book called Sharanagata Vaibhavam, so called complete Vedanta discourses.
The glory of surrender, Sharanagata Vaibhavam, the greatness of such a kind of a surrender has been dealt in separate chapters of various Ramayans. And Swamiji also talks about, it's a text and a treatise which is worthy of reading. Here, Rama had requested God of ocean to give way to Lanka. How to cross was the plan. Now Rama had to pray to God of this ocean, and in order to propitiate the Samudra Raja, or the god of ocean, Lord Rama had to fast for 3 days. He fasted with great austerity, with a purposefulness. Rama tried to perform his penance on Samudra, but it was of no avail. Then Rama after all, he got furious and sought the use of a powerful weapon which he had in his hand. By knowing that Rama is going to resort to attack because he is furious, the Lord of the ocean, Samudra, came trembling before him and apologized for the foxpaw. And he said, I am going to cooperate with you, Lord Ram. I am going to heed your advice. Your penance and your austerity, everything has been accepted. This is according to the dharmic rule. Therefore, I asked for your advice now. Tell me, what should I do? There, our Lord Ram deputed all the Vanaras to bring large boulders for building the bridge across the ocean. To build a bridge across the ocean. But where are the boulders who were fixed? Wherever they were thrown by these Vanaras who were enthusiastic, the boulders would sink. Nothing floated. Rama was worried now. Then our great Hanuman, the totally devoted Hanuman, the impeccable Hanuman, wrote letters Rama on each boulder, on each stone, and threw them into the sea.
The different Ramayana says the stone is always
floating.
The stone is floating. That is another story version. But with Valmiki Ramayana, the stone, Hanumanta is given Rama as letters. The stone will become a floating.
So when these two divine letters, Ra and Ma, were inscribed on the boulders, miraculously they started floating on the ocean. Thus, enormous amount of boulders added one by one. The bridge was built quickly, and the Vanara Sena, the great army of Vanaras and apes, led by Ram and Lakshman, marched towards Lanka. Now we come to the segment of the battle, the war. The battle has already begun. As you know, Veera Hanuman had killed and annihilated a lot of mighty warriors and the demonic forces from Ravana's side, such as Dhumraksha. One day, Ravana had to lead the frontal attack himself. The time came when Ravana had to lead the army. Sugriva, Gavaksha, and other Vanaras could not countenance the great bravery of this Ravana. When you go through this epic of Ramayana, we see the glory of Ravana also. We have to sometimes the power and potence of this Ravana also. Great Lord Shiva has blessed Ravana. Hanuman then joined the duel because seeing the inability of the other Vanaras to countenance this Ravana, an enthralling duel, a fight between Ravana and Hanuman ensued. After some time, both fell unconscious. After Ravana recuperated, another great duel occurred between Rama and Ravana, and the battle continued. On the third day, Kumbhakarna, the great brother, the Goliath of a farm, who always sleeps 6 months and awake only once, if at all. And Swamiji that day explained Kumbhakarna's story, remember? By a wrong gift, Indra's gift became Nidra, sleep. And this sleepy Kumbhakarna continues to sleep for 6 months. And it is a Goliath of an act to awaken him up with drums. To awake Kumbhakarna, I just want to dwell on this. We needed hundreds of elephants to wake him up. And all kinds of drums and clarions to wake him up. Nothing is useless. Everything is useless before Kumbhakarna. If at all Kumbhakarna is required his help, he has to get into the battle now. Ravana thinks about Kumbhakarna's help, his brothers. And here, that Kumbhakarna wakes up from his reverie and his great sleep. And he asks Ravana tells his brother, what is that you want me to? Why did you call me up? Wake me up. And there, this is for this mighty battle. And this Kumbhakarna is also now killed by Lord Ram and his arrows. Then Indrajit had to take charge. As you see, as you go through the Ramayana, Indrajit, the mighty, valorous son, he takes the charge in this battle. This great Indrajit Meghanad uses Brahmastra, the mighty weapon. Rama and Lakshmana had instructed their army to lie down to the weapon to avert a major disaster. The army followed the directive of the leaders, Rama and Lakshman, leading Indrajit to believe that the entire army is down and defeated. For a moment, the morale of these Rakshasas went up. In reality, many of the Vanaras were in deep unconsciousness and coma, and some had died too. To help the Vanara army to recover, Hanuman was instructed by Jambavan, the ancient old Jambavan, to bring the Aushadhi Shikara, the cliff of the medicines, between Rishabha Parvata and Kailash. He was further advised to pray to deities of medicine, the Devatas connected with medicinal herbs, and bring the required herbs to get away from this unconscious state. Heeding to the elderly advice, Hanuman had increased his body again and chanting Jai Sri Ram, Jai Sri Ram. He had crossed the ocean for the third time effortlessly and reached this Kailash mountains directly. The deities of the herbs were perplexed. They were perplexed by the gigantic size of a messenger flying unto them, arriving and disappearing also. Hanuman knew that there was little time to salvage the situation in Lanka. He wasted no time in praying to the deities. Instead, he had uprooted. He did not choose the plants, investigate that place. He just uprooted the whole hillock. He just took the mountain and dragged it, held it in his hand, the Sanjeevani mountain, holding the Sanjeevani hillock on one palm, and Gada, the mace, the Gada in another. This Hanuman went back and reached Lanka shortly. And how he did it, Sri Swamiji will sing.
Sanjeevi parvatadhari jagati prabhanjanatmajaye ko jayati. Sanjeevi parvatadhari jagati prabhanjanatmajaye ko jayati. Sanjeevi parvatadhari jagati Lanka purottamat ulangya sindhum dharamapi. Sudura Lanka purottamat ulangya sindhum dharamapi. Himalayadro nipatyayo mumochanaivo chasamavo. Himalayadro nipatyayo mumochanaivo chasamavo. Sanjeevi parvatadhari jagati prabhanjanatmajaye ko jayati. Sanjeevani parvatadhari jagati prabhanjanatmajaye ko jayati. Karagrakanduka pindibhutam vidhaya parvat shrungotamsam. Karagrakanduka pindibhutam vidhaya parvat shrungotamsam. Punaccha dakshina kastagami sachara satvar mabredabre. Punaccha dakshina kastagami sachara satvar mabredabre. Sanjeevi parvatadhari jagati prabhanjanatmajaye ko jayati. Sanjeevi parvatadhari jagati prabhanjanatmajaye ko jayati. Vipakshako va khageshwara, vipakshako va khageshwara, sapakshako va nageshwaro, navakshako va nageshwari. Vyalokayadyam suravali sanjeevi parvatadhari prabhanjanatmajaye ko jayati. Sanjeevi parvatadhari prabhanjanatmajaye ko jayati. Vipakshako va khageshwara, sapakshako va nageshwaro, navashcharoyam karyagiti. Vyalokayadyam suravali sanjeevi parvatadhari prabhanjanatmajaye ko jayati. Sanjeevi parvatadhari prabhanjanatmajaye ko jayati. Marutkumaraka jai bhava, रक्षक जयी भव मरुत्कुमारक जयी भव रघुनाथ रक्षक जयी भव त्वं संजीवन जयी भव सच्चिदानंद जयी भव त्वं संजीवन जयी भव सच्चिदानंद जयी भव संजीवी पर्वतधारी जगती
Meaning, in this world, there is only one Sanjeevi who can hold this whole mountain, the whole hillock of the herbs. And he is the mighty Hanuman, the son of Vayu, and may be victory of him, always for him. He who crossed all the way from the Lanka, not caring for the oceans, and crossed the earth straight directly, went up to the northern Himalayan ranges. Even then, in one breath, he did not get tired and exhausted, and looked so spiritful to search out for that herb. To him let there be victory. To him who held just like a ball the whole hillock of Sanjeevani and again returned towards the southern direction, to him the victory. Who is this? Is it the wingless Garutmanta Lord Garuda? Or is it a wingless mountain that is flying in the air? Like this, who is this entity which is flying all over and who is being praised by all the deities and devatas? Let victory be unto this Vayuputra Hanuman. Vayuputra Jayi Bhava, victory unto you. Raghuram, one who always protects and is present with Raghuram, let him be victorious. Jayi Bhava, you are the essence of Sachchidananda energy. Jayi Bhava, victory unto Aṃjanáṃ, the Hanuman. Coming further, all the dead and the ailing Vanaras here have quickly recovered with the inhaling of the aroma itself. The whole mountain is powerful enough to bring them back into life because the high medicinal quality. What is after all that medicinal quality? Granted by the Prakriti Mata, nature. Doesn't Hanuman know the essence of everything? Does not Ram know about all these powers that nature is filled with? Hanuman went all the way to Kailash to restore the hillock to its original place because that is justifiable. He had to keep it back in its place. Lakshmana had eliminated by now the mighty Indrajit, the son of Ravana in the battle that night. Ravana was very, very sad and morose, totally disappointed at whatever he does. And nothing but a kind of a unwanted ferocity and arrogance was there. He wanted somehow to avenge the death of his son, which was crucial to him. He had to somehow directly come to fight this Lakshman. One of the powerful weapons hurled by Ravana, called the Shakti Ayudha, the Shakti weapon, hit Lakshmana on his chest and he went into unconsciousness. When Lakshmana went into unconsciousness because of these illusionary powers of Ravana, which he could easily wield in the battlefield, and Rama and Lakshmana knew about it very well, but a practical live experience occurred here when the Shakti Ayudha hit the chest of Lakshmana and he was totally unconscious. Seeing the brother hit, our Lord Ram was very fiery, and in the battlefield with Ravana he was angry. Soon Ravana had to be at the receiving end now. Rama was forcing himself with all powers, and Ravana's charioteer, Ravana's own charioteer, had saved him for that day. Rama was down now with grief on this day of war at Lakshmana's plight. Hanuman wanted no time in bringing the Sanjivani again to resurrect and to revive this Lakshmana again. Lord Ram feels very happy to see Lakshmana rejuvenated and expresses his indebtedness in a human form because he has taken a human incarnation. Next day, Ravana and Rama fought fiercely with each other. Rama had severed 10 heads 101 times. But to do this feat, chagrin, the heads were rejoining again because of the illusory and Mayavic power of Ravana himself, the gift by Lord Shiva. So, advised by a seasoned charioteer called Matali, Rama had exterminated Ravana with the Brahmastra. Bolo Siyavara Ramachandra ki, Pavanasuta Hanuman ki. This battle, the war has ended. Now, in the following important events, that is, I'm just mentioning them for your sake. Vibhishana Pattabhishekam, the crowning of Vibhishan as the king of Lanka, Sita's entering into Agni to purify herself. Then the Pushpak Vimanayana, the great Pushpak which took all of them way back, the feast that is hosted by Bharadwaj Muni in his ashram. And here, after that meeting of Guha and then Bharata Samagama, meeting Bharat, and Bharata carrying the Padukas to meet Sri Rama. And finally, dear friends, the Rama Pattabhishekam, the crowning glory of our Lord Ram and Sita Mata. Hanuman has been now quiet and he is inactive, silent, humble, and in great humility. Our Hanuman is the most humble, yet devoted, and yet proficient. On the happy occasion of the enthroning ceremony, the crowning ceremony, Lord Ram had given a priceless necklace to Sita. He permitted her to give that jewel, that priceless necklace, to our most favored deity, our Hanuman, Lord Aṃjanáṃ. Sita presented that jewel to Hanuman. In this way, Hanuman, even though he was granted many boons before, he had been granted the power of Chiranjeevatva, immortality, to be present in all ages, to be remembered by all the creations again and again. And even today, in our lives, in this point of time, in the Kali Yuga, in this age, in this 2003, in this June month, on this 9th of June, and in the presence of Sadguru Sri Swamiji, in a place called Trinidad and Tobago, an island here in the Caribbean, we are listening to the great story of Ram, and we are remembering, seeing that great Hanuman. That must be true. His Chiranjeevitva, immortality, continues even today. And in this, and Bhavishyat Brahma Padavi, that means you are going to be the Brahman forever. In the next term, you are going to reign as the Brahman. And Swamiji aptly said in the morning that Aṃjanáṃ is Brahma, Aṃjanáṃ is Brahma. Our Hanuman is Brahman himself incarnate. That fits very properly here. According to immortality and the powers, our next term of the Brahman and the power of Hanuman may it reign always. And through his devout service, through devout humility, with his power and encouragement, the selfless, dedicated Hanuman continues to love Sri Ram, serve Sri Ram. Hanuman, a great Nada Yogi, a Pandita, a great man, no, ape, nay, a Brahman of wisdom, spent all his time singing the glory of Ram, Ram, Ram. His whole body, every hair, is repeating the name of Ram. Every iota, every cell of Hanuman is repeating the name of Ram. And the chant of Ram continues Wherever he is praised, you only listen to the Ramanama. Sri Swamiji tells us, during the Niryana of Ram, when the incarnation of Lord Ram came to an end, conclusion of the avatar of Lord Ram took place. Hanuman had proceeded to this Gandhamadana mountains, the famous Gandhamadana mountains, as per the Rama's instructions. So, later in the Dwapara Yuga, during the Rama's next incarnation as later Lord Krishna, Hanuman had defeated the egos of Bhima. Hanuman comes in that avatar to defeat, to curb the arrogance of Bhim, to curb the arrogance of Arjuna, and also assisted Satyabhama. Thus, he is always helpful in all the eons and yugas for the purpose of that avatar. He is helpful for the Krishna avatar. He has been helpful for Rama avatar. In Kali Yuga, in this mechanical age, when material values deteriorate, when men get distracted by matter and money, pelf and power and status, when everything becomes mechanical, when man becomes, he has to lose peace and he loses his nobility itself. In this crisis age of Kali Yuga, our Hanuman is the solace. Our Hanuman comes, globetrots, and his symbol of servitude should be worshipped with great devotion. He is an example of that Dasya Bhakti. His symbolism itself is of immense benefit. His icon itself is enough to vision, enough to give that kind of a solace. And his solace is that he protects us every moment. Whoever remembers and chants the glory of Ram, chant the name of Siyavara Ramachandra. Siyavara Ramachandra Prabhu ki Jaya. Pavana Sutta Hanuman ki Jaya. Now we request Sadguru Sri Swamiji to chant.
There was after this Ramayana, after Rama Pattabhishekam, there are two more Ravanas. One is Mairavana, one is Shatakanta Ravana, also killed. The Shatakanta Ravanas, the elaborate story about, with Sita also joined the battle, and she also took Kalika Rupam, Kalika form, and she also fight Shatakanta Ravana, and she killed Shatakanta Ravana. There's a beautiful story. There's two stories about it. It's only complete Hanumanta story. That. So after that, in the Kali Yuga, who will took Rama name, and he is always protecting, and also he is staying with their own houses. Yatra yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Tatra Tatra Kritamastakāñjalim Bāshvavari Paripurnalocanam Bāshvavari Paripurnalocanam Marutim Namatarakshasantakam Yatra yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Raghunatha Kirtanam Raghunatha Kirtanam Tatra Tatra Krita Mastakāñjalim Tatra Tatra Krita Mastakāñjalim Tatra Tatra Krita Mastakāñjalim Tatra Tatra Krita Mastakāñjalim Yatra yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Yatra yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Yatra yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Yatra yatra Raghunatha Kirtanam Tatra Tatra Kritamastakāñjalim Tatra Tatra Kritamastakāñjalim Tatra Tatra Kritamastakāñjalim Tatra Tatra Kritamastakāñjalim Bāshvavari Paripurnalocanam Bāshvavari Paripurnalocanam Marutim नमत राक्षसान्तकं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथ कीर्तनं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथ कीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथ कीर्तनं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथ कीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथ कीर्तनं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथ कीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथ कीर्तनं यत्र यत्र रघुनाथ कीर्तनं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं तत्र तत्र कृतमस्तकाञ्जलिं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं बाष्पवारि परिपूर्णलोचनं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं मारुतिं नमत राक्षसान्तकं
यत्र यत्र रघुनाथ कीर्तनम, wherever, whenever, whichever place, when Lord Ram Raghunath is contemplated and prayed and praised, wherever his name is sung in adoration, in devotion, there, tatra tatra krita mastakaanjalim. Here is our favorite deity, our humble Hanuman, placing and joining his hands on the top of the head, joining his hands over his head, and bringing out tears of bliss, bringing out that tears of bliss silently. In that joy, he joins us and he is alive. He is always present. Yatra yatra raghunatha kirtanam, tatra tatra kasamastakanjalim, bashpavari paripurna lochanam, marutim namata rakshasantakam. The annihilator of the evil-mindedness, the annihilator of pride and unwanted concepts. That Hanuman, that great devotee of Lord Ram, is present, and he is present here now in Trinidad live. He is alive.
Now Moola Mantram. I am giving to you Moola Mantram, Hanumanta Mantram. Please repeat. Vande Vanaranasimha Khagarat. Vande Vanaranasimha Khagarat. Vande Vanaranasimha Khagarat. Vande Vanaranasimha Khagarat. Krodashvavaktrancitam. 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 Nānālankaranam tripanchanayanam. Nānālankaranam tripanchanayanam. Nānālankaranam tripanchanayanam. Nānālankaranam tripanchanayanam. Dedīpyamanam ruca. Dedīpyamanam ruca. Dedīpyamanam ruca. Dedīpyamanam ruca. Hastabjairasiketa pustaka. Hastabjairasiketa pustaka. Sudha kumbam kushadrin halam. सुधा कुंभां कुशाद्रीन् हलम् सुधा कुंभां कुशाद्रीन् हलम् कुशाद्रीन् हलम् कट्वांगं पणिभूरुहौ च दधतम् कट्वांगं पणिभूरुहौ च दधतम् सर्वारिगर्वापगम् 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 वन्दे वानरनारसिंह गगरा प्रौढाश्ववक्त्राचितम् वन्दे वानरनारसिंह गगरा प्रौढाश्ववक्त्राचितम् नानालङ्करणं त्रिपञ्चनयनं नानालङ्करणं त्रिपञ्चनयनं देदीप्यमानं रुचा देदीप्यमानं रुचा देदीप्यमानं रुचा हस्ताब्जैरसिकेटपुस्तक हस्ताब्जैरसिकेटपुस्तक सुधा कुंभां कुशाद्रीन् हलम् सुधा कुंभां कुशाद्रीन् हलम् कट्वांगं पणिपूरुहौ च दधतम् कट्वांगं पणिपूरुहौ च दधतम् सर्वारिगर्वापगम् सर्वारिगर्वापगम् कट्वांगं पणिपूरुहौ च दधतम् सर्वारिगर्वापगम् सर्वारिगर्वापः सर्वारिगर्वापगम् सर्वारिगर्वापगम्. So many people took the coconut, they are tying the coconut in front of Hanumanta. Now you must chant this mantra, or you can chant only Hanumate Namaha, Hanumate Namaha. That's only enough. Om Hanumate Namaha, Om Hanumate Namaha, Om Hanumate Namaha. You think about your wishes, your wish, and also your problems to tie to the coconut. That only you can chant this mantra only. Om Hanumate Namaha, Om Hanumate Namaha, Om Hanumate Namaha, Om Hanumate Namaha. So the real mantra like this. Tvamasmin karya nirvoge, Tvamasmin karya nirvoge, Tvamasmin karya niryoge, Tvamasmin karya niryoge, pramanam harisattama, pramanam harisattama, pramanam harisattama. Hanuman yatnamastaya, Hanuman yatnamastaya, dukkakshayakaro bhava, dukkakshayakaro bhava, dukkakshayakaro bhava, dukkakshayakaro bhava, dukkakshayakaro bhava, dukkakshayakaro bhava.
Anjaneya Vimala Niranjana
Anjaneya
Jagadapyayana Anjaneya Vimala Niranjana Anjaneya
आञ्जनेय
जगदाप्यायन
आञ्जनेय विमलनिरञ्जन आञ्जनेय जय जय मूल प्राणेश जय जय मूल प्राणेश ओके रिपीट जय जय मूल प्राणेश
जय जय मूल प्राणेश
मूला विद्या परिनाश मूला विद्या परिनाश जय जय ब्रह्म ज्ञानेश जय जय ब्रह्म ज्ञानेश शुद्ध ज्ञान प्रतिभास शुद्ध ज्ञान प्रतिभास शुद्ध ज्ञान प्रतिभास शुद्ध ज्ञान प्रतिभास जगदाप्यायन आञ्जनेय विमल निरञ्जन आञ्जनेय जगदाप्यायन आञ्जनेय विमल निरञ्जन आञ्जनेय नित्य विमोचन कपिवीरा नित्य विमोचन कपिवीरा नित्य विवेचन कपिवीरा नित्य विवेचन कपिवीरा नित्य विवेचन कपिवीरा
नित्य विवेचन कपिवीरा
स्नेह गुणान्वित राम सखा स्नेह गुणान्वित राम सखा स्नेह गुणान्वित राम सखा
स्नेह गुणान्वित राम सखा
कान्तिमयाद्भुत कमनीय कान्तिमयाद्भुत कमनीय कान्तिमयाद्भुत कमनीय
कान्तिमयाद्भुत कमनीय
अप्रतिगत गति संपन्ना अप्रतिगत गति
संपन्ना
अप्रतिगत गति संपन्ना
अप्रतिगत गति संपन्ना
जगदाप्यायन आञ्जनेय विमल निरञ्जन आञ्जनेय जगदाप्यायन आञ्जनेय विमल निरञ्जन आञ्जनेय तोङ्गिमरुत्सतनामासि तोङ्गिमरुत्सतनामासि अखिल मरुद्गण सारोसि अखिल मरुद्गण सारोसि दुःख निवारण शीलोसि दुःख निवारण शीलोसि नूनं प्रणवकारोसि नूनं प्रणवकारोसि नूनं प्रणवकारोसि नूनं प्रणवकारोसि जगदाप्यायन आञ्जनेय विमल निरञ्जन आञ्जनेय जगदाप्यायन आञ्जनेय विमल निरञ्जन आञ्जनेय जगदाप्यायन आञ्जनेय हनुमान त्वं रिपु संहारी हनुमान त्वं रिपु संहारी हरिहर रूपी शुभकारी हरिहर रूप शुभकारी हरिहर रूपी शुभकारी
हरिहर रूपी शुभकारी
वेद शिखा तट संचारी वेद शिखा संचारी सच्चिदानंद स्थितिधारी सच्चिदानंद स्थितिधारी जगदाप्यायन आञ्जनेय विमल निरञ्जन आञ्जनेय जगदाप्यायन आञ्जनेय विमलनिरञ्जन आञ्जनेय विमलनिरञ्जन आञ्जनेय विमलनिरञ्जन आञ्जनेय विमलनिरञ्जन आञ्जनेय। जय बोलो वीर हनुमान की जय, पवन सुत हनुमंत की। मंगलम रामदासाय मंगलम वायुसूनवे मंगलम रामदासाय मंगलम वायुसूनवे मंगलम वानरेशाय मंगलम वानरेशाय आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम मंगलम रामदासाय मंगलम रामदासाय मंगलम वायुसूनवे मंगलम वायुसूनवे मंगलम रामदासाय मंगलम वायुसूनवे मंगलम रामदासाय मंगलम वायुसूनवे। मंगलम वानरेशाय आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम मंगलम वानरेशाय मंगलम वानरेशाय आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम मंगलम रामदासाय मंगलम वायुसूनवे मंगलम रामदासाय मंगलम वायुसूनवे मंगलम वानरेशाय आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम मंगलम वानरेशाय आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम मंगलम रामदासाय मंगलम वायुसूनवे मंगलम रामदासाय मंगलम वायुसूनवे मंगलम वानरेशाय आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम मंगलम वानरेशाय आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम मंगलम रामदासाय रामदासाय वायुसूनवे मंगलम वानरेशाय आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम मंगलम वानरेशाय आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम आञ्जनेयाय मंगलम।
We are in a mood of total devotion. We are really stunned by the way Sadguru Sri Swamiji has rendered this sacred Ramayana in these few days, in few hours. with such a kind of a gusto and devotion, and it has brought immense peace to all of us. How to thank Sadguru Sri Swamiji for this? Being the knower, being the essence of that truth, and knowing very well the power of Hanuman, we say, Swamiji, we bow down to you reverentially today, evening, the day of the consecration. And you devised methods to make this message clear to us through Ramayana, through its genuine episodes. We again bow down to you for this priceless message. And this depicts that we should follow the path of this truth. You are very dear to us, Swamiji, dear, dear to us. Don't forget us. Keep all of us in our heart. And Sri Swamiji has concluded by saying, Mangalam Ramadasaya, Mangalam Vayusunave, Mangalam Vanareshaya, Anjaneyaya Mangalam. It's a great custom in the Ramayana singing tradition, which Sri Swamiji has followed in the Harikatha style, that he concludes by these beautiful prayers of worship to Lord Hanuman, Karya Siddhi Hanuman, in terms of auspiciousness. Auspiciousness to Hanuman, the best servant of Ram. Auspiciousness to Hanuman, the son of Vayu. Auspiciousness unto him, the Lord of the apes. Auspicious unto him, the son of Anjani Mata. And auspiciousness unto him, our Sadguru, Sri Sri Ganapathy Sachchidananda Swamiji. Dear devotees, how ennobling this story of this Ramayana and Hanuman's episode, especially Hanuman's power and energies were revealed by Sri Swamiji. As I have understood and have experienced it before on many occasions, this is really a whole night episode drama. 10,000 people sit and whole night they listen to Swamiji. Untiringly Swamiji does the katha for hours together. But Swamiji has been so much kind to us. He has abridged it in few hours to fit into the radios here, to the FM stations, specially, so that within 9 o'clock every evening, he wanted to finish this and bring it to a certain level. And you have all sat through it in full concentration, in total faith, and listening to this Ramayana. And Swamiji says, how fortunate you are all, and how blessed you are all. And those who are listening through the stations, everywhere, all over Trinidad and Tobago. So, Swamiji says, Jaya Veera Hanuman, and conveys his blessings to all of you. Jai Guru Datta.
Sri Pavana Sutta Hanuman ki Jai. Sri Pavana Sutta Hanuman ki Jai.